Hello everybody, welcome to Hollywood Stars Lifestyle. Welcome back to another amazing video, so please share and subscribe for more videos. Early life. Simmons was born as Chaim Witz on August 25, 1949, at Rambam Hospital in Haifa, Israel, to Jewish immigrants from Hungary. His mother, Florence Klein, 1925 to 2018, née Flóra Kovács, was born in Jánd and survived internment in Nazi concentration camps. She and her brother, Larry Klein, were the only members of the family to survive the Holocaust. Simmons' father, Ferenc Yehiel Witz, 1925 to 2002, was a carpenter. Simmons spent his early childhood in Tirat Carmel and was raised in a practicing Jewish household. He has said that his family was dirt poor, scraping by on rationed bread and milk. At the age of 7, he began to pick wild fruit and sell it on roadsides together with a friend. Aged 8, he immigrated to the United States with his mother and settled in New York City. His father remained in Israel, where he has another son and 3 daughters. In the United States, Simmons changed his name to Gene Klein, adopting his mother's maiden name. When he was 9, he briefly attended a Jewish religious school, Yeshiva Torah Vodas, before transferring to a public school. 4. He later attended Richmond College 5, and Sullivan County Community College, both in New York, and chose a stage name in tribute to the rockabilly singer Jumpin' Gene Simmons. He practiced playing his guitar for hours on end. 7. Before his musical career began, Klein worked a variety of jobs in the city. A proficient typist, he served as an assistant to an editor of Vogue, and spent several months as a 6th grade instructor on the Upper West Side. The Beatles had a significant influence on Simmons. There is no way I'd be doing what I do now if it wasn't for the Beatles. I was watching the Ed Sullivan Show and I saw them. Those skinny little boys, kind of androgynous, with long hair like girls. It blew me away that these 4 boys, from the middle of nowhere, could make that music. Career. Kiss. Simmons became involved with his first band, Lynx, then renamed the Missing Links, when he was a teenager. Eventually, he disbanded the band to form the Long Island Sounds, the name being a pun on Long Island Sound. While he played in these bands, he worked at odd jobs on the side to make more money, including trading used comic books. Simmons attended Sullivan County Community College in Loch Sheldrake, New York. He joined a new band, Bullfrog Beer, and the band recorded a demo, Lita. This was later included on the Kiss box set. Simmons formed the rock band Wicked Lester in the early 1970s with Stanley Ison, now known as Paul Stanley, and recorded one album, which was never released. Dissatisfied with Wicked Lester's sound and look, Simmons and Stanley attempted to fire their band members. They were met with resistance, and they quit Wicked Lester, walking away from their record deal with Epic Records. They decided to form the ultimate rock band, and started looking for a drummer. Simmons and Stanley found an ad placed by George Peter John Criscuola, known as Peter Chris, who was playing clubs in Brooklyn at the time. They joined and started out as a trio. During this time, Chris and Simmons also appeared on an unreleased album by Captain Sanity together with members from Chris' previous band Chelsea. Paul Fraley, better known as Ace Frehley, responded to an ad they put in the Village Voice for a lead guitar player, and soon joined them. Kiss released their self-titled debut album in February 1974. Stanley took on the role of lead performer on stage, while Simmons became the driving force behind what became an extensive Kiss merchandising franchise. The eye section of his demon makeup with Kiss came from the wing design of comic book character Black Bolt in 1983. When Kiss's fame was waning, the members took off their trademark makeup and enjoyed a resurgence in popularity that continued into the 1990s. At this time, Peter Criss, the original drummer, was voted out of the band, and a replacement was sought to fill his vacancy. The new drummer was Paul Charles Caravlo, who went by the stage name of Eric Carr, and played for Kiss from 1980 until his death in 1991. The band hosted its own fan conventions in 1995, and fan feedback about the original Kiss members' reunion influenced the highly successful 1996 to 1997 Alive Worldwide reunion tour. In 1998, the band released Psycho Circus. Since then, the original lineup has once again dissolved, with Tommy Thayer replacing Ace Frehley on lead guitar and Eric Singer, who performed with Kiss from 1991 through 1996, replacing Peter Criss on drums. Other projects. In 1989, Simmons managed the recording side of Liza Minnelli's entry into mainstream pop. On August 15, 2013, Simmons, Paul Stanley and manager Doc McKee became a part of the ownership group that created the LA Kiss Arena Football League team, which play their home games at the Honda Center in Anaheim, California. The team has since folded. He has his own magazine, Gene Simmons Tongue Magazine, his own label, Simmons Records, and animated series, My Dad the Rock Star. Simmons Records has released albums by such bands as Cobra and the Lotus, Silent Rage, Gypsy Rose and House of Lords, as well as Gene's own solo releases, film and television. Simmons has been involved with such television projects as My Dad the Rock Star, a cartoon by the Canadian animation company Nelvana, about the mild-mannered son of a Gene Simmons-like rock star, Mr. Romance, a show created and hosted by Simmons on the Oxygen cable television channel, Rock School, a UK reality show in which Simmons tries to make a rock band out of a group of students of Christ's Hospital School in the first season, and in the second, a group of kids from the comprehensive school in Lowestoft. Gene Simmons' Family Jewels, a reality show documenting the personal lives of Simmons, his wife, his son and daughter. In 1985, Simmons appeared on the TV series Miami Vice in an episode titled The Prodigal Son. The episode served as the season premiere of the show's second season. Simmons appeared as a psychic working at the Mystic Journey bookstore in Venice, California on the American Hidden Camera prank TV series I Get That a Lot. He also guest starred as himself in the 2014 CSI Crime Scene Investigation episode Long Road Home. Simmons performed in the 1984 Michael Crichton thriller Runaway starring Tom Selleck, Cynthia Rhodes and Kirstie Alley, as well as the 1987 Gary Sherman action film Wanted, Dead or Alive starring Rutger Hauer. In March 2015, Simmons founded the film production company Erebus Pictures and announced as the first project the horror thriller film Armed Response: Personal Life. Simmons is a science fiction and comic book fan and published several science fiction fanzines, among them Id, Cosmos, which eventually merged with Steto to become Cosmos Steto, and then Fawn, Tinderbox, Sci-Fi Showcase, Mantis, and Adventure. He also contributed to other fanzines, among them Bebohema and Seruish. By 1977, however, he would write in a letter of comment to Janus, I haven't been active in fandom for about 5 years. Simmons lives in Los Angeles with his wife Shannon Lee Tweed, a Canadian actress and former Playboy playmate. Although they began dating in 1983, they did not marry until 28 years later. Simmons often joked that he and Tweed were happily unmarried for over 20 years. He also often paraphrased Groucho Marx, saying marriage is an institution, and I don't want to live in an institution. Simmons and Tweed wed on October 1, 2011, at the Beverly Hills Hotel. They have 2 children, Nick, born January 22, 1989, and Sophie, born July 7, 1992. He formerly had live-in relationships with Cher and Diana Ross, revealing that he fell in love with Ross while dating Cher. Simmons can speak Hungarian, German, English, Hebrew, and some Japanese. Simmons does not drink alcohol or use drugs. Simmons has boasted many times about having bedded thousands of women. In 2010, he claimed the tally stood at 5,000 and that he has a Polaroid picture of each liaison, including the hotel key where it took place. Simmons has always been open about his disdain for drug and alcohol use, and has proudly claimed many times over, I've never been high or drunk in my life.